Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, February 24th. It is the last Monday of February. The most dismal time of the year is almost over. All the snow we had last week, it's almost all gone. It was like 50 degrees today.
It's an Ohio heat wave, everybody! I almost went outside in shorts.
It was beautiful. Well, not really beautiful because now there's piles of gray, gross, dirty snow.
I think this is the first time we've had a sunny day in how long?
It actually has been relatively... We've had some sunny days in the last... We've actually had more sunny days, I think, than normal with this year. But yeah.
Well, it's a sunny day where I'm not blind.
The winter has just not stopped wintering, and I think it may be getting close to wrapping up. I don't know. I probably am over-speaking because it's only March, and...
Not even March.
Well, yeah. So it's only going to be March.
It's also Ohio, and we can have snow in April. It's happened. Right. Literally, tell your April Fool's joke.
When I was a kid, I wasn't in junior high because Jason wasn't quite that old. Jason wasn't high school yet. So I must have been early elementary. Or like middle school age. Anyways. My mother, one April Fool's Day, came upstairs and said, "You guys don't have school today?" And we're like, "Yeah, ha ha, funny." We got up, we got dressed, and we sat down in front of the TV. And there goes a scroll of lists of names of schools that don't have school. And ours was on it. The Oklahoma City bombing was in early April. And that was actually a snow day too for us. We actually were off of school that day for snow.
In New Jersey, we were more likely to get off for hurricanes, which I can remember 3 hurricanes in my lifetime hitting New Jersey, I think. One of them was barely a Cat 1, and the governor got all kinds of crap for closing things. And then there was, what the hell's the name? It was Sandy?
Superstorm Sandy.
The one that decided...
No, you were here for Superstorm Sandy.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about in New Jersey, period.
Mm-hmm.
In my lifetime. I don't know if there was a third. I think there was, but I'm not sure. But, yeah, Sandy was the one that decided, you know what, I'm going to stay over the ocean and gain a lot of power. Then all of a sudden pretend I'm in all of a sudden go, you know what, I want to go over here, left.
Not entirely sure what my dog is doing.
She's being weird.
Sandy was like hurricane meets nor'easter, became superstorm, and it was a mess.
Yeah. So wouldn't that be a super hurricane, because hurricanes are already superstorms?
They call it a superstorm.
Uh-huh. Still sounds like a bad day.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm hoping maybe winter's wrapping its show up and it will go away soon.
I don't care if it comes back. Just give us enough of a break so that she calms down. We're supposed to have 40 degree. Normally you have like 1 week in the January, February where it's in the 40s all week.
And well, it's like our average is like high 30s, low 40s this time of year. We typically, on average, we'll see our last day of teens, weather, Valentine's Day. All last week it was in the teens. I don't know where my dog is. I don't know what my dog is doing right now. So if you're watching her in the background, you're as clueless as I. She's over there now. Needless to say, I'm over the weather. Let's see. Last week was uneventful? Yes. Uneventful. Although Saturday I kicked my own butt. We had 2 funerals in one day at the church, and both of them had lunches. One of them catered their food, and the food they got sucked. There's a whole story with this. I'm not gonna bore you. I'm not gonna bore you with it.
Comment below if you want her to explain in the comments.
a place that we have gotten catering from before. The last couple of times we've gotten catering from them.
Getting into it.
Not good. So. This is why I normally drink water. I'm drinking a lot because I'm drinking a pop. Yes, I'm drinking my McDonald's pop without a lid or a straw because my straw broke in transit home, and I just sucked it up and dealt.
Considering I was at the McDonald's for 20 minutes.
Poor Joe. But let me tell you, and it was all because of an apple pie, and that was a really good apple pie because it was fresh.
My main frustration was they gave me my food. I'm like, where's my apple pie? He's like, well, that'll be 15 minutes. I'm like, what? I ordered this 10 minutes ago. And like 5 minutes later, he comes out and goes, here's your apple pie. I didn't know there was already one in the thing. And I'm like, I didn't say anything.
Communication?
I mean, I used to work, granted a long time ago, but I worked at a McDonald's. When somebody put in an order for an apple pie and said they're willing to wait, the apple pie should have been in the little toaster runny thingy before I paid.
Yes.
Because that's usually how we did it. It was oh shit, let's get this thing going because it takes 15 minutes. But no, nobody told anybody they were doing this, Steve. And they sounded irritated that I said, because they're just like, well, we don't have any. I'm like, I'll wait. Huh? Well, they were all confused, and then they gave me the bag without the food. I have the receipt, and I'm going on the website after we're done filming.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to mess with making an apple pie.
You know what? Those things are too damn expensive. They're no longer $1.
I know, right?
Give me my food, and if you don't put it in the bag, I'm going to be angry.
I agree. Well, you paid for your food regardless. Let's shout out our commenters.
Andre, Teresa, Ann.
Thank you so much for commenting. I know last week's video was a little late, and yeah, life was wonky. It was wonky.
Yeah, my big problem last week was already talked about in the last video, so.
Yeah, the car.
That was my only real debacle thing. I have wasted so many vacation days, and now I have to go buy a kit to fix my car. Because a rock decided it wanted to meet my windshield in a very intimate way this afternoon on the way home.
Oh, no.
That's why I put that kit on the wish list.
Yeah, that's what you said.
So, yeah, luckily it's not a big crack, like nowhere near a big crack. It's more of a chip. But I want to put that stuff in there because it stops it from getting bigger. And I do not want my windshield to crack in half because it's literally about 6 inches below where my eyes are when I'm driving forward.
Oh, well, yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want to have 2 windshields.
No.
No. I don't have the money. I have other things I want to buy.
Well, how about we start with whips? But someone doesn't have any whips this week.
Yeah, I got distracted and disabled and brain broke. I'm not gonna lie. She asked me if I wanted to stitch yesterday, and it's like, I want to do my Gunpla, but my brain is so frazzled right now, I'm going to wind up with Optimus Prime. And there isn't a red piece in the darn kit. And I'd still figure out how to do it. That's how far my brain is from normal right now.
I'm missing something. Hold, please. Came back.
And she came back.
Okay. Started the week off with my Star Touched Meadow Sal Black Stitch Along. Ooh, excuse me. And I'm working on the January block. Where's the piece of fabric? I did 352 stitches on it. Yeah, I did some pink around there. I don't know why I started doing the circle method, but that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing! Because I was working on the February one today. This is on 16 count 8, I think. I gotta double check my count. I wrote it down somewhere. Somewhere. It's with the rest of the patterns in the craft room. So I'm not sitting there counting each time. But yeah, I was working on the February block and I'm doing the circle thing again. I've had a cough today. And then, because I, like, sailed through that because I literally think I did 2 colors on that block to get 350 stitches. I took out my little Love You pillow small that I was making because I had finished the part that said Love You Too, and I finished this little part.
Are you done?
So I am fully done with this.
Also, I love you.
Love you too. So the Hands-On Design does a yearly freebie, and she always puts it out in February because that's when our anniversary is, so it's always Love Something. I don't think I printed out this year's, actually.
Do you usually go on without me or pause the video?
Apparently the dog needs to pee, so we're going to have to hold please again. And we are back.
Second for you. 10 plus minutes for us.
Yeah, it's been a few minutes.
Somebody likes to take her time when the weather's nice.
Somebody likes to take her time when there's snow on the ground, too, because she plays in the snow. She's my good girl.
Okay, no, she just likes to take her time. It could be 100 degrees or 10 degrees. Yes. That dog will go out and wander.
Yes. Okay. So, what was last week? No, it wasn't pandas. Was it pandas? Yes, it was pandas. Last week was giant pandas. You got the wrong thing first. Oh, I'm a hot mess today.
I don't know about the mess part, but you're always hot.
I don't know if this got shown in the whip parade. Because it was not on the whip list.
No, that was not shown on the whip parade.
So this is called Come All Ye Faithful. It is by Glendon Place. Glendon Place. It is from the 2014 Christmas Ornament Just Cross Stitch issue. Yeah, I was going deep with this one. This was in the bowels of my crafting stash somewhere. This is not an ornament, folks. This is not an ornament, folks. But it still is really nice. So this qualifies as my smallest whip and is also what I used as a whip of choice. And what do I like to watch on TV when I'm cross-stitching? The Weather Channel, because I don't have to follow along so hard.
She looks up when she hears thunder snow.
I do.
Or just Cantori, period. Like,
or Cantori. Well, only at certain times. So if I hear Cantori in the morning, I don't generally, because he's one of the morning show people. But if it's like at a time not during their morning show block, and I hear Cantori, you gotta look up because he's doing something crazy.
Usually when you hear, now let's go to Nick Cantori live at location, you go, uh-oh.
Jim Cantori.
Jim Cantori. Whenever he's live at the location, he goes where the problem is. The guy's crazy.
Last week? I think it was the end of the week, yeah. There was a snowstorm in Virginia Beach. At some point last week, there was a snowstorm in Virginia Beach in northern North Carolina. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, oh my gosh, the live shots that night were off the chain. There were so many people between him and the national correspondent who was in North Carolina. There were so many dogs, so many people walking their dogs. And then Cantori's last live hit, there was a lady who was from upstate New York. She was so over the top when she was talking to him. It was the most amazing thing ever. But anyways, so this is on a piece of I have no idea fabric. And I did 449 stitches. I just basically worked on the tower.
The tower! The tower!
Yes. And I need to put this on my list of available whips because I forgot I had it. Oops.
I just realized that bit of grass on the side on the road looks like a sleeping cat.
Over there in the church driveway? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so then... Ching, ching.
Chong, chong.
We switch to the sampler that shall not be named. And I definitely will not name it now because Ukraine did not start the war. Fight me. I did this for bits of the Giant Panda's diet because there's some fish on there, and there's plant bits, and then a monochromatic because it is one color. And I did 436 stitches. This is on a 36 count Ada, or 32 count Ada, I think. It might be 28 count.
This is even weave.
Pretty sure. Even weave, not Ada. I need a drink. You can't see what I stitched because the needle minder is right there. And the needle is now stuck. So finished up the roof line of the house. Did one of the chimneys. There's another chimney there. Well, I have to put in a little. And I did the roof the way I did, so that the variegation didn't look really funky and stripy, and because there are pretty sizable gaps in here of where you have white space, I didn't want to see the thread running behind it. Yes, it's a big mama jamma. It's wrapping up those two. That wrapped up my Giant Panda week. I don't remember what I used my free pass on, and I didn't write it down. Sorry, not sorry. I then, well, we let someone pick live on camera my yearly that I was going to work on. And he picked Fairy House by Carriage House Samplings, or Cottage Garden Samplings. Let's just rewind that whole sentence. He picked Fairy House by Cottage Garden Samplings. Spit that whole sentence out and try it again. And there went my phone off my lap.
I will die. If I laugh, I will die.
The phone just fell off my lap. And it is on a piece of 36 count? 32 count. I don't stitch on 36 count. 32 count even weave. Cleveland crud, appropriate this time of year. I did 501 stitches on it. The gills on the mushroom cap are all done. I have now started working on the outline of the roof tiles of the mushroom, I guess you could say. So that's done. And then I decided, rather than being like, I'm going to stitch on, like, okay, so I made the decision that I'm going to do the monthly. I'm going to do one smalls a month, and then one of my yearlies a month. And then when I get those goals met, if I have some extra weekend stitching time, because that's kind of when I do these things, I would just decide whether or not I wanted to do another small or bust out another yearly and work on it. I decided to go with another yearly this weekend. Mainly because Saturday I was so brain dead, I just was done. So I think I did 100 stitches on Saturday. So Sunday it was like, this is easier. And I had him pick between my other two, between the snowman and reindeer, the reindeer, because my 3 yearlies. So he picked the Snowman Pirate by Cottage Garden Samplings. So that's my yearly designer for Daily 30. And we did 500, I did 551 stitches on him. Finished up his hat and started on his coat. This is on a piece of, what do we call this? I think we called this heirloom.
Yep.
32 count even weave. I can reasonably replicate that if you want it, but it's not going to look exactly the same. If I tell you it has a name, it can reasonably be replicated, but it's not going to look exactly the same. I also I didn't write this down. I have no idea how many stitches I have. I don't even know if I have a start picture to show you. I worked on my last yearly prompt on the nativity. Everything is falling today.
You got your phone at least.
I appreciate that. So I finished my last yearly on the nativity, which I'm working on Joseph. And that was pretty much finishing up this side of his coat and working on his staff. That was like 300 some stitches because the monthlies are 300 stitches. I forgot about him. Oh, I didn't write him down. Okay, anyways. That's the stitching. I did other stuff too. I have a lot to show you. A lot. Not a lot, but that's the stitching. I had card crafting class Wednesday morning. In a solo class of 1 because the other person that I think was supposed to be there for some reason wasn't, and I couldn't go in the afternoon. So I had a good time with my solo card class. So here's card 1 that I made. It says just a note. It pops up. And it's got a little thingy on the back to write on. I need to take measurements off of this so I can replicate this look of the card because it's really cute.
I seriously want to get that and actually get a thing of post-it notes and make it that size.
Yes. This card is oh so adorable. I already know who I'm going to send it to for their birthday. It's seagulls. It's little ducks. And there's one inside. He looks so happy. And the cool thing about this card is, you see the sand there that the seagulls are standing on? I did that with tape. She gave me a piece of blues painter's tape, and we kind of, took some of took even more of the tack off than normal. Blues painter's tape is really low tack. Use the sleeve or the pant leg, and put it on the ink pad and just. As blue painter's tape. That is a cool technique, and the sand looks really good. And this sweet little card, it's got little shamrocks on it. The stamp set comes with different little stamps you can put inside there. There's not really much going on inside. You just kind of flip it up. It's a cool little card. And this little gem here. It's a little mailbox with a little letter in it. I thought that was super cute.
Mailception?
Yeah. Just a note to say hello.
Have a letter in a mailbox, in a letter in a mailbox.
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Sun.
Hello, sun. Wow. 'Tis the season. That does nothing but make funky shadows. Okay. But wait, there's more! That was card class. And then on Saturday night, and I was working on this last night, I decided to start another diamond painting. It's little cowboy boots with some plants in it. Some flowers in it. Yes, it looks an awful lot like that one I got from Hobby Lobby that's already on the stretched around the frame. It's not the same thing, though. So I'm just working along the top. I decided it was easier to just cut a strip off the top and work. And I haven't shown you any crochet in a while. I admit, did a lot of crocheting of dishcloths, but I'm working on this blanket. The pattern isn't terrible. It could be a little better. She promoted it on her social media with get 4 colors and make, and it's crochet along. The pattern is really only written for 2 colors. So the transitions are a little bit rough. But this is pretty much all of the first stripe. So it's called the 4 Seasons. This is the summer stripe, I think. I think this is summer. Anyways. I can't remember the name of the stitch, but it's done with 2 colors and it's got that little... But let me tell you, figuring out... Was that Mr. Rooter?
That was a Rooter, yes.
Okay. Figuring out how to do this little thing, I felt like a fool. I was on the struggle bus. Bus. So now I just have to finish up the transition border between whatever season this is and the next season. I'm pretty sure this is summer and the next season's spring. And then start on the next season, and I have my color already picked out, or already, set out, so. Okay. So that's been my crafting. I really, and this, I've been working on this for a while. I haven't shown it. I have the dropsies today. And I was like, oh, I need to show this because, I've been working on this for 2 months now. Something like that? Yeah, something like that. Because I only crochet when we're at Mom and Dad's or at the end of the night if I need something to kind of... So I usually only get in a row or 2 when I work on it, so...
Normally, this is what I hear. Honey, I want to go to bed. Can you wait? I only need 50 more stitches.
I'm almost done with my stitches. Okay.
50 is not almost.
Is everything I have done. It's all my crafty stuff. I have no haul this week. I have no haul this week, so we're going to jump right into plans.
I have a plan, actually.
What's the plan, man?
I want to get my dang Gunpla done.
Well, good. I've got diamond painting to work on.
This is not going tonight. This will be in your past, but my friend who spent the last, 2 months, maybe 3, without a house, he got an apartment.
Like 2 months.
He got an apartment. He's starting to stream. My other friend is actually... All of this actually happened coincidentally, which is hysterical. But I actually got a free game called Marvel Rivals. If you have kids, you know about it. Trust me. And I'm joining him tonight. I was like, oh yeah. And the other guy's joining us too. It's like, yay! I'm back to doing fun stuff. Didn't realize how much I missed it. So those are my plans. What you got, dear?
Okay. So, this week's Daily 30 Prompts is The Aristocats. Yes, the movie. The Aristocats. My friend Beth Ann wrote these because she loves the movie. I think it's a cute movie, too.
Okay.
So, prompt 1. Beginning of the movie, the retired opera singer settles her will, and in the will, Edgar, her butler must take care of the cats, provide for the cats until Duchess and her 3 kittens pass away, and then Edgar will inherit the money that is left. So the prompt is to stitch on your most expensive whip or a special one you would give away. What do you think my most expensive whip is, honey?
It's already finished. And it's sitting on that wall right there.
What? Lady of the Flag?
Yep.
Yeah, she would have won years ago because that pattern is pricey.
Honestly, I think maybe Cathedral Wood Goddess. Because you have so much accoutrements.
Nope.
Then what? The ball?
Dressmaker's Daughter.
How much was that?
When I put it into the 1, 2, 3 stitch chart, fabric, flosses, bead pack was $180 before taxes and shipping.
And this is why she stopped giving me crap about video games.
Now,
because I pointed this out.
I will say, my fabric, the only thing that was paid for full price with me with that was the pattern, because I obviously utilized my fact that I am a shop to get the beads and my thread, and I dye my own fabric.
Well, no, I completely understand. I'm just saying. That surprise me.
Quaker Ball is a close second, but it is second.
So that's what you're doing is Dressmaker's Daughter.
Yeah. And the bead pack for Dressmaker's Daughter is more expensive than Wood Goddess, so that's why I knew it was going to be more.
Okay.
Prompt number 2.
Sorry.
The very elegant Duchess, Mama Kitty. So, stitch on your most elegant whip, or one that you can relate to music or songs.
Dressmaker's Daughter. Those are for very elegant dresses.
Very true. Okay. Prompt number 3. Are the personality traits of the 3 kittens. So, fairly laid back and easygoing, a hopeless romantic and a daydreamer. Marie, frequently seen lost in her thoughts and sighs deeply. She also appears to be somewhat danger prone. And a lady never starts a fight, but she can sure finish it. And the other boy kitty is usually very quiet, but also mischievous, and enjoys playing the piano. He isn't easily impressed and can be annoyed rather quickly. So, one of my whips that someone's dog's having a day.
Go ahead.
So one of my whips that fits those traits.
What were they again? Just
Number 3.
Let me see. Laid back. He's going a hopeless romantic and daydreamer. Do you mind if I do this to you?
What?
Dressmaker's Daughter.
I probably am going to say no because I'm in background, the sea of background on it, so it's a 300 weeks, so it'll go very quickly.
No, I have another idea for that one then.
What?
Elegant and stuff. It was the hopeless romantic.
Mm-hmm. Rag stretches would also qualify.
She was such a hopeless romantic that a fairy godmother showed up.
She just wanted a night out.
She just wanted to be free.
We'll put down an either or situation.
Okay.
I can decide,
What's number 4?
Number 4. J. Thomas O'Malley, a feral cat who befriends Duchess and her kittens, Comes off as smooth-talking, streetwise cat who relishes his life of freedom out in the open with no rules or responsibilities. Stitch on a whip you call something other than the chart name or one you have changed from the original design. I think everything gets a nickname in my book.
Don't
Because
you just call Rags to Riches what it really is.
yes, it is Cinderella. I will.
Yes, I'm going to dress you to death. Which is very fitting for this actually.
Right.
Because I can seriously see Cinderella adopting all 5 of these cats.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it's 10 of them total, including the ones that help them.
Mm-hmm. And prompt number 5 is Rogue for the mouth, Frou for the horse, blah, list of other characters. Stitch on a whip with one of these animals or a whip with lots of personalities. So our animals are mouse, horse, dogs, geese.
Are the mice actually in Rags to Riches?
No, they're not. But I would say it has lots of personality.
Yes, it does. Yeah, Rags to Riches.
Okay. So they will both get 4 prompts done on them.
You know what? If these 2 were together, she wouldn't have had any problems.
Or they will both get 2 prompts done on them because I do have a free pass, and since both of them work for 3 prompts, one's gonna get a free pass. And then Saturday, we will get the new monthly for March, and I will go back to Wood Goddess for March monthlies because I can only deal with that stupid nativity for so long.
Honey, honey, honey. Case did nothing to you. Okay.
So, that's where we are for plans. So we're done for the week because we have talked about everything we need to talk about tonight. So what would we like the folks to do, darling?
Please have a lovely week. Have a great day. And if anybody gives you any crap, kick them where the sun don't shine and lose your boot.
Just remember, a lady never starts a fight, but she can sure finish it.
Yarp. Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, thingy-me-bobby, all the YouTube stuff. Share, too. I think share's in there now.
Share's in there somewhere, yeah. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this week. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We hope you were entertained.
Are you not entertained?
And we hope you come back next week. Until then, we will see you later.
Bye!